Hi, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Paul and Judy.
We're Paul and Judy, and this is our kitchen.
Yes, and we love these segments. And we've been coming up with all kinds of great recipes for you. This one is called a bacon cheese ball. And it's actually a two-part recipe.
Bacon.
I know, that's all you have to say, and you'll draw them in. This is a recipe I haven't made in many, many years. It was given to me when I was back in high school by a very good friend of mine who was a very good cook. And I saved the recipe. I found it on an old card, like almost hard to read, but I remembered how good it was. And so we thought we would do it for you here on the show. And we didn't practice ahead of time.
No, and I'm the second apron today.
You're the second apron.
Judy's taking the lead.
I've got the lead on this one. So let me show you the ingredients that you're going to need. Again, bacon cheese ball is something to look forward to.
Right.
So you're going to start out with your standard Philadelphia cream cheese. I don't recommend the soft cream cheese in my recipes. I really kind of like, even if I have to take a little bit of time. Exactly, the block. So we'll do the block of cream cheese. You're also going to need, mayonnaise. And we sort of left that in the fridge until it was right at the last minute. So you're going to need some mayonnaise. In fact, 1/3 of a cup of mayonnaise. You're going to need bacon.
Yes, how many?
You'll see. They say in the recipe 6 to 7 pieces.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because that's too much bacon, said nobody ever.
Well, you kind of got 6.5, really, if you look at it. You kind of can go.
Don't rain on my parade.
So, dealer's choice, 6 to 7 pieces of bacon.
Gotcha.
And it's obviously cooked, so tell them what you did.
Oh yeah, so if you remember back in the greatest eggs of all time, the scrambled eggs, my award-winning, but not really award-winning scrambled eggs on Judy's birthday.
Right.
When I was making the bacon in that bacon pan, what I call it, the bacon...
Baconator.
It was not the Baconator, it was something else. I forget what they call this. It might be the Baconator or something like that. So it's this wire rack, and then you have a pan that the grease drips into, so you don't have to drain the fat off of the bacon or use paper towels or any of that nonsense. Anyway,
That's what you called it.
Yeah, we always make more because it's great for leftovers, great for sandwiches, and great for a recipe like this.
That's right, and this calls for 6 to 7 slices of crispy bacon. So this is leftover, and we're going to chop that up. So bacon is one of the ingredients. Then you're also going to need green onion, and what we decided to do is buy a bunch of scallions, and we're going to take just one stalk, if you will, and I'm going to cut down to what I feel is roughly eyeballing it a little over a tablespoon.
Okay.
So I might go a little over that because I love the taste
we love the onions.
I love the green onions, so we'll add, again, dealer's choice as to how much, but it says a tablespoon. The other ingredients you're going to need are dill weed, and that is just 1/2 teaspoon of dill weed, and you'll need salt and pepper, and those are, it's really kind of a pinch because it's 1/8 of a teaspoon of one and 1/8 of a teaspoon of another.
Put a little in.
Basically, wave it over the top. So those are the ingredients. So we'll go to town. Oh, you also need, and they're out here, even though this is part 2 of the recipe, you're going to need chopped pecans.
Yes.
Or pecans, depending on where you're from.
Pecan pie.
That's right. And this is going to be done tomorrow because you're going to make the recipe, mix it all together, and then chill it overnight. And then the next day, you're going to come back, form it into a cheese ball, and then you're going to roll it in the pecan bits that you've chopped up the night before, and then it's ready to serve. There's no baking, there's no cooking involved at all.
So even though we'll do that tomorrow, magically, it will appear right after.
That's right. We won't keep you waiting. I will tell you the other thing you could do, if you don't want to use pecans or somebody is allergic to nuts, for instance, you can also get parsley and chop up parsley and roll the ball in parsley, and it's just as beautiful. So it gives a very nice presentation, but it's it's an alternative.
Okay.
So that's the other. You ready to go?
Tell me what to do, apron 1.
All right, apron 2, you need to chop the bacon.
Okay.
And I am going to chop the green onion.
And remember, sharpen your knives.
Yeah, you did a good job with this one. Okay, roughly, again, I feel like I'm in a race, honey.
No, you're going to win. Because I have not 6, but 7.
That's right. All right, that looks roughly like a tablespoon. I'm going to give it a little dose, a little measure of extra for good luck. Because we love that flavor.
I need to mention, if you're lacking anything in our preparation, Judy has in her storefront everything you need, including the mixing bowls, knives even, right?
I have knives, I have mixing bowls, I have the mixer itself, I also have teaspoons, tablespoons, let's see, what else? Cups, saucers, all that kind of stuff. So it's all available to do. So, and I like to get every bit of the cream cheese.
Now, are there any other cities that do cream cheese besides Philadelphia?
They all do. You can buy Philadelphia cream cheese everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
You know what I don't know
There's
is,
no like Tampa cream cheese.
no, but I'm sure there's generic cream cheeses. I'm just kind of a loyal person to that particular brand. So this is already softened. I would definitely put it out, you know, maybe an hour or so before you plan to make it. And we are going to use the magic blender after all the ingredients are included. How are you doing? I could actually help you with that because I've got all my scallions.
Oh, so you won.
I won. Got all my scallions cut. Chop, chop, chop.
Yes.
Taskmaster.
Well, maybe I was channeling Gordon Ramsay again, and I didn't want to, you know, viciously cut the bacon. Just kind of talk to it nicely.
Yes, caress, I think was your word. All right, so I've got the package of cream cheese, 8 ounces. I've got the chopped green onion, a tablespoon, roughly. We've got a half a teaspoon of the dill weed. And I don't use dill weed in a lot of recipes, so we're going to have to look up some other recipes.
It smells good.
Because it's a big jar.
Yeah, it smells good, and it's organic.
Ah, nicely done. All right, so there is the dill weed. Beautiful. Nice flavor. Now, I also need to put in that 1/3 of a cup of the mayonnaise. And that's, again, dealer's choice. Doesn't matter, whatever your favorite brand is.
Good news is I bought more bacon today.
Yes, we do have to be prepared for the breakfast in the
I
morning.
had a, what do you call it? A fashion-related question for you.
Really?
Yes. So my shirt underneath the In the Kitchen with Paul and Judy aprons, is it orange or is it more
Coral.
You have to watch the other episodes to get that. Okay. We are good with that. Now, one of the things that I like about these types of cutting boards.
Oh, look at you.
So you
I
can
have the cutting boards in the,
see what you can
in the link
do
below too.
is it's easy to pour it into the bowl, and I know that camera saw that. Maybe even that camera saw that. Who knows? Okay, so that's good to go. Now,
All
what
right.
else? Apron one.
So I have the mayonnaise, the dill weed,
Right.
the cream cheese. I have to do the salt and pepper, which I'm not even going to measure. It's basically just, these days, you know, we love the grinders. So it's going to be basically 1 turn of the salt. Good. 1 turn of the pepper. 2 turns of the pepper. And
You
that's
can always add more or less to your liking after you've made it.
Now you may add the bacon, sir.
Ready?
The 6 to 7. Yeah. Ready.
More coral.
And now we are ready for your other talent, which is Tool Man.
Okay.
Get out the blender. Do we have a
Have
low
the blender.
setting, I hope?
This is the lowest setting. The lowest setting is actually pretty, so I'm gonna hopefully I don't get bacon in my eye.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Here, I tell you what. Bring it right over here.
Okay. you
See,
wanna
it's going
see
to be easier to see.
it? All right, I might have to reimagine my plug. Let's see.
That's a perfect speed. That's great. The memories are coming back as to how good this cheese ball is. So it's a bacon cheese ball. 1 package of the 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1/3 of a cup of mayonnaise, 6 to 7 crisply chopped pieces of bacon, a tablespoon of the green onion,
Right, I'm
half
going
a
to have
teaspoon
to
of the dill weed. Oh, here you go.
get the others off of this.
Half a teaspoon of the dill weed, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper, and either parsley or the pecan bits.
Okay, we're good to go there?
So at this point, yeah, beautiful. So at this point, if everything is mixed together to your liking, You're just going to put
looks good.
cover it with a plastic wrap, also of your choice. It's going to be so yummy. And you'll just serve this with your chips or crackers of choice. But it is a favorite. And once you put the parsley and or the pecan bits on it, it really shows a beautiful presentation.
Did I make this
Yeah.
big enough for you?
I think so. All right. And through the magic of television, we will show you the finished product because I still have to chop up the pecans. Let's start over.
Okay.
There we go. So that's basically what it's going to look like before it's chilled. And then we'll get it out tomorrow morning,
Right.
form it, roll it. It'll be much easier to roll than when it's quite so soft like this. And then be ready to serve it. So
now this is the transition
to tomorrow.
Okay. So
Yes.
what's happening? What are we doing?
So we're going to get that cheese out of the fridge. So it is not only been, did I lose my microphone?
I don't know.
No, it's still there. Okay, felt like it fell off. Felt like everything's falling apart.
Going well right now.
Okay, so we put this in, and the idea being that you chill it overnight. Now the truth is, if you get up in the morning and you make this and you just let it chill for a couple of hours, I'm
Probably
sure
okay,
that's plenty. But we're going to take the cheese ball, actually the cheese, form it into a ball,
Okay.
and you're my witness.
Okay.
I washed my hands thoroughly. You can see how nice and cold this is. And this is why you wait until the next day to
Otherwise
really
you
kind
couldn't
of,
form it.
yeah. So I've also got all of the pecans already out and set.
Pecans, we have our crackers, we have our serving dish.
This is kind of messy doing it this way, isn't it? But
That's okay.
that's okay. And the other thing you can do is just roll it so you get it all covered in the pecans or using the parsley, the chopped up parsley. And you and I talked about this, whether or not it would taste good and look good to use both. But we decided that we would just choose one instead of both because I think it might be confusing.
And Judy has the last say. Because she's apron one this week.
Apron one. All right, so I'm kind of cheating a little bit because it didn't roll perfectly. So just kind of covering all of the open space of the cheese. And as you pointed out, we got everything all kind of set with the crackers. Pretty little tray. And then that pretty cheese ball will go right in the
Now
middle.
that actually looks beautiful.
Doesn't that look pretty? And very, very appetizing, and it tastes so good. So you want to have a very nice serving knife. And I did decide...
This out of the shot.
Okay, thanks. And I'm going to wash my hands. Even though I said yesterday that you could use chips with this, serve it with chips, we both decided that, once again, it's really not a dip. It is a cheese ball, so you're going to want a knife and crackers instead of just chips because you're not taking a chip and dipping it into it. Did you want to try it?
I do.
Okay. I'll let you try a cracker, and I'm going to
Okay.
wash my hands. Yes.
All right.
It is a little messy, but so worth it.
And we, by the way, we're saving our appetite because we're rolling right into, or not as far as you're concerned, but we're going to roll right into another cooking demonstration.
Yes. Is it good? And you're not really a pecan person. So that's why I was real curious. You've never had this before. What do you think?
The cheese is spectacular.
Really good. Oh, you're bleeding.
Amen.
Here.
Here we go.
Just let it sit
So
there.
it was such a
No, that's not good. Aww.
again.
I'm glad I pointed
did I
it out
do?
at the beginning.
You know what did I do?
You shaved yourself
I
cutting.
shaved myself cutting.
Poor thing. Here, let me give you a larger. Okay, so it's time to say
Time
goodnight.
to say goodnight, Rosie.
Enjoy the cheese ball. It's actually really, really good.
And easy to make, and it really is delicious.
Yeah, see you next time. I got to bandage you up. We'll talk to you soon. We forgot to toast.
No, we didn't. Cheers.
Cheers. And it's the next day. Actually, we really didn't cheat. If you look carefully enough, you'll see that he shaved himself cutting. And on yesterday's video, or cut himself shaving.
That'll make the blooper reel.
Do we get to start over?
No, we do not.
All right. He cut himself shaving, and if you look carefully at the earlier video, his chin was perfectly clear.
Right.
What
No,
happened?
it's not. I cut myself shaving. Or
Shaved yourself
myself
cking.
if I was cutting something, that
I
would make
know.
sense.
Let's move on.
Now we're done.
And it goes in the fridge. These are really good.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.